All right, welcome. It is time for Wednesday and pirate time. Oh, now, of course, Wednesday being the original pirate adventure. Now that we have three on the channel, these are pirates upon Wildmount, where the other two are upon the ethereal expanse. But always good. They have taken Dark Toe, are figuring out negotiations, and currently attempting to parlay negotiate the release of Caldrum's siblings, as well as gain some strategic information about a artifact, a relic that seems to be guarded here. That is of interest to the Ruidians, a group of largely vampiric people who have begun to settle upon Wildmount and make their presence known in a very aggressive fashion. And so they previously had an alliance with the Plank King, but not the new one, Malval Savage, who is playing. So real quick, for the benefit of anybody, we could just go around, starting with Tonk, and we can just go ahead and say character name, lineage, and class and levels, just to give everyone a taste of what's going on today.
My name is Tonk, a gnome artificer. A couple levels of wizard in there, but mostly artificer. A warden, the engineer and cultivator of life.
Keldrum custom lineage, but half elf, half orc. For description, 11 levels of gunslinger fighter, 1 level domain of time cleric after being aged 17 years throughout this campaign, and 1 level of ranger out of inspiration from my wife, who was taken from me during the fight of Dark Toe, because she was not allowed to intervene in that turning point in the world.
Yes. If you want to see how his wife became to be his wife, Mondays at 5 p.m. Probably now.
All right. Malval Savage, human fighter only, 13th level. The kind of pirate with a blatant disregard for authority who suddenly found himself becoming the authority and doesn't know what to do with it.
Perfect. That tracks.
My name is Steven. I am playing Jajal Finn, everybody's lovable tabaxi pocket rogue that recently has become a lover and avid user of soap, appreciates the fine scents in life. Also, 8 levels rogue, 5 levels warlock, and was just not feeling the toxicity, so then went to go find the Moonlight, per se, the Moonweaver, and now just likes to keep his party alive and his enemies unalive.
Simon Onua, a small little changeling barbarian that is much stronger than he looks. 13 levels of just barbarian.
Nice. What sub is your barbarian?
Weather one.
Storm Herald.
Storm Herald, yes.
What that has to do with the weather?
Hey, it's been 3 weeks, okay? I did know it at some point. Also, that's going to be a good chunk of the session is me just like, what's all my stuff again? I don't remember what my things do.
Herod of Light Drizzle is what we're going to change you to, because it's just
Yeah.
weather, you know. Anyway. You find yourselves in fiery surface of a large volcano. This lies at the center of the island of Damfkan, one of the islands of Eisiselcross. You have come down here more prepared than you were before, taking down enumerations of its guardians, one of which you threw into the lava and have not seen screams, so you're not exactly sure what's up with that individual. As lava's opaque and you cannot see through. So, as you move through, you have taken your rest in what you seem to be a safe area. You've completed your short rest. And looking forward, there is a small lookout post that you were able to find that went, from what you can tell, to at least 3 openings that were around the initial pool of lava you came down through. There is a 10-foot high wall before it looks like there's a continuation of a platform. There is also a 4th path that leads from here that is not on the rise. Looks like it could be traveled quite easily. What would you like to do?
Can I gauge which path leads further down based off of like the slope of the floor?
Jajal, you got those metal marble things, right?
Oh, the ball bearings? Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Just put one in each of those and see which one rolls the most.
There you go. I kind of want to watch you do it.
You'd have to invest. So I would say you'd want to determine that. You'd have to go investigate this raised platform that I described. So you have to get up on there and look around, which is fine. But just that's what you'd be doing if you are interested in that.
I mean, I just threw the suggestion out there if y'all want me to do it, or if one of y'all want to do it.
Okay, it takes a long time for my hair to grow back. Once it's been singed off, I'm just throwing that out there.
Just lift me up.
Okay, here. Simon goes over and lifts him up.
All right. Merging up here, you can see there is a large gong that lies up here on a large pedestal. Upon it is an image of an enormous phoenix. Other than that, the walls surround.
Same phoenix depiction that I think if I'm not mistaken, we've seen of Deseret.
Looks very
Or different?
similar. Looks similar.
Okay. Guys, we got a gong up here for that bird, or that's similar to that bird Pyro used to talk about.
It's very pretty looking.
Do you think he's here?
Oh, I didn't realize you climbed up with me.
Wasn't that Deseret thing all about like burning the world or something? Some
that's the
ulterior motive. Yeah.
One of the same.
All right. And looking closely as you are around this area, behind the gong, slightly hidden behind 2 pillars, seems to be crude holds that are cut into the wall that look like they could be climbed down.
Seems to be a makeshift ladder up here leading down. could be the direction we need to go. If this thing's being held in the deepest cavern.
So we're looking for basically like a 5x5 cube or rock or something or other that expands into something big and flat, right?
Yeah.
It looked like you could bring something like that up or down that path.
Would we be able to bring a 5
Up,
foot by 5
yeah.
foot cube up this?
Probably.
It's tight, but doable.
I mean, we can try it.
Might also be another way out once we get down to that location if it's unfolded currently.
I mean, as long as it doesn't lead into Deserat's mouth, I'm pretty good.
I don't remember where Pyro said it was, but this seems like a suitable place of at least temperature to keep a bird like that. But I could have sworn he'd said it was locked away. If this thing's up and about, then that doesn't exactly sound locked away. And seeing as the world's still here, I think this might just be like a temple to them.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen any massive flaming chickens in the air lately, so maybe not.
Don't speak that into existence.
Real quick question: Does it look like there's anything to hit the gong with specifically?
If I see Simon looking to ring the gong,
There's a
I will
large,
definitely-
Mallet?
yeah. There's an obsidian striker.
I have a 20 passive perception. I'll be like,
Oh yeah, you
"Don't-
definitely clock me eyeing it.
Don't go summoning more of them. We just dealt with the last off of just the one that we tossed in the lava's call.
But I want to know
No
what
point
it
in getting
sounds
swarmed
like.
here.
But it's a big gong.
So then maybe on our way out, we take it with us. And you can ring the gong while we ring the wind chimes on the ship.
Does it look like something I could lift?
You probably. Very hard. It would take a lot, but yeah.
Just remember, you're likely to be the one to have to lift the cube. They said it was heavy.
I mean,
all
I'm
coming
not
up?
going to. I kind of want to. I'm not though.
Are y'all the rest of you coming up?
I suppose.
Yeah.
I do love how Simon is just like, oh, I absolutely have all of these impulses. Like, this just sounds fun. Sure, I know better. I'm not gonna do them. But don't tell me you didn't want to ding it too.
Simon is very much a kid at heart. Okay, he's, and in fact, he looks a bit like a kid still. So I mean,
Like, come on.
he's not so young of a kid
Well-
that he's going to just do it, but he is not old enough to not be extremely tempted to go do it. Okay.
But here's the thing, right? Like, even as much as Calderum and Tonkin and whatever might shake their head at the idea, you can't tell me that there isn't just that tiniest flicker when you first see the gong that isn't like, man, I wonder what this would sound like. We all just
Oh,
hide that a little bit better. But
As
like,
soon as
it's
Jajal gets
y'all.
up there, because Jajal and Simon are very much on the same wavelength about the stuff, he's definitely goes over to Jajal. He's like, "Look, that sounds awesome, right?"
Simon, hold my ankles so I can help Mal and Tonk up. And I'll lean over the edge to help them climb up.
Well, we got that rope thing. Don't we just throw that over and I'll... Okay.
I mean, look, the rope's fine, but I mean, that means we don't get to climb Caldrum like a ladder.
Fair enough. Make sure you really get good footholds about when you're, climbing up.
Okay,
Really?
so you're using the ladder currently.
Well, no, I was leaning over the edge to help pull Mal
Oh,
and Punk
okay.
up
I was confused.
from the lower
Okay.
position
Yeah.
because Jajal has a climb speed,
They-
so he can just climb.
They were using Caldrum as a ladder.
That was the joke. I mean, realistically, we have a rope. We should probably use the rope.
Okay, so going up, you're leaving that particular the one passage unexplored as you move up to this one. All right. In that case, begin making your way down the ladder. There is a landing here, and a good 30 feet of a 10-foot tunnel, 10-foot wide tunnel, before it begins to rise at a 30-degree angle as you move up. And the steep passage opens into a chamber with a convex floor. Scores of humanoid skulls, most of them scorched and charred, are stuffed into niches in the wall. Many of them burn with flame, each in varying colors, casting this prismatic light over the chamber.
This is a little creep. This one's a little creepy. You sure we don't need to go explore that other passage?
Or go back and ring the dong.
The word is gong, Simon.
Oh.
Are you sure we don't need to go explore that other passageway?
What?
Or hit
since
the
we're-
gong.
Since we're
What
here,
are
what
you
else is here?
So afraid of skulls, Tonk.
Because they're
It's
on
not the
fire.
skulls, and it's not even the fire. It's that in a room like this, decorated this way, it's the meaning behind the aesthetic here. It's not just the skull.
To be honest, I'm surprised Matt didn't change the music because this is screaming boss fight energy. This room.
I mean, Matt did change the music.
Oh, okay.
I did, but
Okay.
you know,
It
if,
does-
if
it
you'd
does-
like something more like this, I could help you out.
Yeah. It's
So concave floor.
boss fight music.
Is
right there.
there a bunch of blood just like pooled in the middle?
No.
Okay. I'll look around, make sure there's no illusions hiding from us.
Oh, so you're just looking through your
Yeah.
thing there. Okay.
After those illusory platforms, you better bet I'm checking every room for illusions. We almost jumped into lava of our own free will.
I'll say what you are able to see is that. Actually, I'm going to give you a perception check here as you're looking through this.
Okay. Would you say it's at advantage? Since I'm looking through it through the
No.
scope. No. Okay.
Because you're able to possibly see something because of the scope.
17 only.
Passing.
That's where I want to take a level in rogue.
It is nice.
Passing over. You identify 4 of the skulls having more movement, or movement at all. You think they are creatures. Definitely undead.
Similar in nature to Thaz, potentially.
No,
If it's just, or is it like, are they full skeletons?
they're skulls.
Okay, just skulls.
Yeah, there's not 4 former liches in here. Is what I guess I'll tell you. There are 4
No,
skulls.
what I meant like just a head. 'Cause Thaz is just a head that was floating.
Yeah,
floating up
yes,
to us.
as was it was. So because so many they all have flames on them, and 4 have flames, but also are alive.
Got it. So I point that out to these guys. We got 4 bogeys, and I just give like the directions through clock positions. Should I?
And currently, to effectively work in this room, you're gonna have to enter. Currently, because of its convex nature, I have you in the entryway
Got it.
as you're looking.
Should I start with an opening salvo?
Is there anything in here worth having, or is this just a big creepy room we shouldn't be hanging around in?
That's a good question. Is there like an exit on the other side of the room?
Not that you can see.
Not
Is
that I
there a
can see.
big 5x5x5 cube we're supposed to steal?
Not that you can see.
And the bear said it opened up to what dimensions? I forget.
Something huge and flat.
So it couldn't be this room.
A uniform plane of infinite plane of uniform density. What?
I don't see an exit to here, so we can either forego this room and continue searching, or deal with what's here, search around and see. It's your call, Mal.
I mean, what we're looking for is either a cube 5 feet on every end that can open and then take up the space of 50 feet flat, which this is not flat, obviously, and supposedly dangerous if opened. I don't see anything like that in here. So I'm fine sneaking back out to the other room if Tonk seems so inclined.
I mean, given the look of this room, and the way things have worked for us in the past, I have a feeling we're gonna need to come back here because, as fucking creepy as this shit is, we're probably coming back. But the other room might have some information that'd be helpful. I don't know.
Hey, to be fair, we have sometimes bypassed puzzles by working backwards.
That's true.
We've
I know-
bypassed entire buildings.
I know you normally start puzzles from the outer edge, but you know.
I mean, yeah, but we did figure out that one in the pyramid backwards. So
Started with
Yeah.
those further doors.
And the cat head that you guys thought was weird. I just wanted to pet
It was
cat head.
weird,
It's still weird.
and it was weird that you just for some reason had a
I just wanted to
obsession with
pet the
wanting to
cat
carry
head.
it around.
Well, that's because Jajal doesn't let me pet him whenever I want to. Okay?
You haven't asked.
I shouldn't need to. I thought we were friends.
Simon, you might have to have another talk with Thola about consent.
I don't
What
know,
would
there
you
have been
like to
There
do?
have been times when he's been taking a nap and I've done it and he started purring, so clearly he liked
I don't think you were supposed to tell me that.
This is getting strange. Make a decision.
it. Sorry.
Captain,
I think the decision was we're gonna go back and
Yep.
but probably
There
come
we
back
go.
here anyway. Because boss fight probably.
Let's at least go see what the other room has to offer.
yeah.
What's behind door,
Door
number
number
2?
Amazing. All right. So in that case, you make your way back up platform of the gong. I'm assuming you get down that platform and begin moving.
checking each hallway for further illusions.
You move here, and this chamber's reaches are filled with lava. You see an uneven stone causeway that is carved that spans the lava, ending at a narrow ledge along the eastern wall. Hanging from a pair of stout chains near this western tunnel is another large brass gong. To the north, lava flows out through a wide passage, the magma almost touching the ceiling there. To the south is a similar passage, but the ceiling there is a few feet higher than the lava. Here, the magma hisses and roils, and flames dance on its surface. What would you like to do?
I'm assuming in this room. Or do I have to check again?
If you check, yeah, you don't see anything.
Okay. Everything seems to be what it is.
And there's no other creatures
What's that?
in there?
On fire?
Not that you can see.
If the causeway is wide enough, I will start easing my way towards the gong hanging on the chains on the wall.
Okay. You got it. It is thin, but you are experienced enough to make your way without too much issue. The heat broiling from either side, both from the lava to the south and the north. As you move to the wall where the gong sits with another obsidian striker.
Does it look like it's gotten hit a lot, or does it look like it's never hit? Is there obviously markings on it?
Make investigation. Actually, it looks like it's hit quite a bit.
Okay. Well, looks like it's an active temple and they use this shit. Not surprised, I guess. Where else in here would we find a 5x5x5 cube?
What do you think would happen if we were to just unhinge it from the wall and just let it dip into the lava?
Good question. I mean, if this is some kind of temple, it might, summon them just by touching it, but you just wanted to file the temple for fun?
Well, kind of.
Might
Not
also
surprised.
be the means in which to open secret doors, potentially.
I feel
That's
like
true.
if it was that easy to summon them, they would have done it already.
Well, the guy only ever called out. He didn't know gongs were rung, so it's possible there are more hidden about. I have a feeling if the gong is rung, those 4 skulls that I saw in that other room will definitely come as support. Else,
I mean, did we miss something? Is there some other passageway? What other options do we have?
Is there any writing on the gong? On either of them?
You don't see any writing.
so we've gone down 2 of the 3 hallways that we saw last week, right? Or did 2 of those hallways connect?
They all connected.
They all connected.
So you're definitely seeing like your ways forward from this causeway. You can look back and see the rocks you used to enter
Got it.
So it's not that big of
across,
a complex.
across the lava.
Tonk, what about that wand of yours? That finds doors. Maybe there's something here we can find before we go ringing these gongs.
Sure, yeah, I'll use one of the charges on my wand of secrets.
All right. What's that reveal again? And in range?
30 feet, secret door or trap.
Say, yeah, you leave it out. Nothing seems to react.
What happens if I pull out the compass?
What's the compass pointing to for you again? Oh, I remember your blue rose compass.
Yes.
Its general heading would be south.
Is it like changed much from where the last time I looked when we were here? Like,
No.
okay. Yeah,
Alright.
at this. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I feel like my idea at this point is still just let's put things in the lava until we figure out what happens.
I mean, if we need the gong for something and it's in the lava, it might be a little tricky.
Oh,
Let's just hit the gong.
Are we just letting Simon ring the
Why
gong
hit the
then?
gong?
He's
Ring the
itching
dinner
over
bell,
there.
baby.
we should set up, I guess, defensives if we're gonna expect company.
I mean, there aren't a bunch of other exits. Well, no. Yeah, I mean, this is at least defensible, right, Matt?
I mean, I do have one trick I can try to pull.
I mean, it is essentially there's one way as far as things can go. You're just surrounded by lava to the north and south.
Right. So higher probability of getting thrown into the fire, but we're not really going to get snuck up on.
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic to try to see if the gongs are or if at least this gong is magical.
Sure. You look, it does not seem to give off a magical aura.
Seems to just be a gong, so it's not magic. So it's not summoning things in that regard.
So unless there's like some, magic magma pit snakes hiding in the lava next to us, ooh, bad idea. This really shouldn't cause any. I don't know. I got nothing. This place is nuts.
So
Gong number 1, gong number 2, or spooky skulls?
I say we fight the skulls first and then gong.
yeah, before they necessarily know where
That's a fair point.
we could potentially set something up.
Yep.
Give Tonka a second to potentially set up a bush before we engage with them.
Okay.
So I guess we're making our way back to the concave floored skull room.
Very good.
Concave or convex? Is that how you said convex earlier?
It's convex.
Oh,
Okay, so it's like there's a bubble in there.
So it sticks up in the middle, yeah.
got it. I confused the two.
All right. It's for Simon. So you make your way back. Yeah. It's because of the convex floor. That's why if there were exits, you wouldn't be able to see them because you can't
Oh,
see
got it.
across very well.
Okay. All right. So, on the assumption that we're going to have flaming skulls jumping at us and possibly nipping at our whatever nether regions shortly, what do we need to set up? Tonk, do you want to lay down one of your magic bushes? Do we need to position Simon? Jajal, I'm sure, has probably disappeared by now. Like, what's the tactical plan?
So I certainly would throw out one of one of my defenses. Though, given the nature of places like these, it wouldn't surprise me if even just me pitching the seed in starts things off. So certainly have Caldrum at the ready and he should probably open his salvo at about the same time I'm tossing this thing.
Well, should I wait to see if they react to your seed? That way it has time to bloom.
Let's do them both about the same time. In character, that way neither of us ruins the surprise for either the other. Out of character, I'm assuming that we would do a surprise round if we do this correctly, in which case it would already have started because I threw it in the surprise round, and so by the time they have a chance to react, etc., because of the way surprise rounds work. Or I guess it's not technically a surprise round, it is a standard combat round in which the enemy is surprised. Yes.
Let's see what you do.
Just so I have a sense of distance, how far were these skulls from the entrance we were in? Would we need to get very far to be able to see them? Are they like way away?
They're on the floor, so not on the floor, but they're in the walls.
Mm-hmm.
So they're varying heights within the walls.
But like within, throwing dagger distance, for example.
A few of them definitely.
Okay.
And it's also very possible there's more than 4, just because we were on C4, but...
Yeah, there might be some closer to the floor behind the edge of that convex that I couldn't see.
All right. So what do you want to do?
So you guys would have to go in before me, essentially, if you're going to be in position to take your turns. So
it won't be difficult.
I could see the 4 from the entryway, and they didn't react to me just being there. So,
Jal, you want me to go first? You want you to go first? What's your preference?
Is there? How much space do we have on the ground? Like how wide is it again?
Sure. Looking at the chamber. This chamber is about 30 feet wide, both ways, roughly circular.
Oh, okay.
And again, the convex floor rises up as you would get to more of the center of the room.
So I want to be clear here. And admittedly, right, we're talking about a sphere, so things decrease, whatever as you go up.
Mm-hmm.
But at base, my 15-foot radius defensive bush would fill the entire room.
Right.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
I think that means he's gonna do a special one, guys. It also means that, in theory, somebody could cast Fireball and hit everything.
Well, I was wondering, that's fair. Would there be a way to, are we pinching the corner so that way, we can both get hits when they come in?
We can try.
Okay, yeah, let's try that.
So you want to try to maneuver into the room?
No, we're not maneuvering in until we're good to go, because Chonk is paranoid about this. We're not entering until we're executing the plan.
And how big is the entrance? It's just 5 feet wide, so
yeah.
Or is it? Okay,
about 5 feet. So let's do this. I think because I want to spur to action. Everyone simply roll initiative. However it goes down is how it'll go down.
To be fair,
you can hold.
We're timid because it's lava.
We're timid because we've been screwed enough times.
Yeah. That's fair.
Oh, it's right being timid. I'm just trying to. It's my
the
job to
box.
keep things rolling. That's all.
The
All
box.
right. And
My job's to kill everyone.
We
Jesus
appreciate
Christ.
that. We do.
Everybody looks pretty good
Yo,
there.
I rolled great for my initiative. I'm
Yep.
still The Last of Us going. Because y'all have ridiculous bonuses.
Yeah. Simon got 19 and is the last of the party going.
So I also rolled, just so everyone is aware, I rolled the second highest number on the dice, and I'm going last. And I lost, and the next slowest person still had a score 2 higher than me. Second
All right.
highest dice, still last by 2.
Who tells you in this group to not at least have the alert feat?
I've got
Alright.
advantage and a +2, which the advantage thing is normally enough to typically get a guy pretty high up, but not with this group where.
And then there's
you've got-
Keldrum with advantage and +15.
Yes, but not in this group where 3 of you have a +8 and another one has advantage +15. Where's Thola? I miss Thola. She only had advantage and a +2 as well. Made me feel.
I will hold my action to attack, and I will I'll just kneel down, positioned, waiting for them to run past me.
Well, okay, so the one thing I will say is that, Cal, you're the only one who really has a great understanding. But I guess you could probably point them out. I guess you could state the color of the flames and position. So I'm sure you can do this. So that sounds good. So you're in the entryway kneeling?
Yeah, if I can just, as long as that doesn't count as me prone, I'm just trying to basically make myself smaller so that they can squeeze past me, because I know you can squeeze past allies.
Okay, yep. Definitely. Okay. And you're holding for what?
My attack action for one of them to make a hostile move, I guess, or until one of my friends attacks them.
Okay.
So enemies to be hostile, or my friends to make an attack on one.
Got it. Jajal.
Oh goodness. And they're not doing anything right now.
No.
I guess what I would do is kind of step in and kind of branch off to the right a little bit there, or whichever side I'm on. If I'm on the left side, I'll branch off to the left, because I think what I would do, we're kind of doing like a joint pinching movement.
Okay. Tonk.
So I think I'm gonna be the first one to actually do some shit here, as I'll burn a what level is it?
You have to tell me an effect for me to try to help.
The 3rd level spell slot.
For
And the
damage?
no, that's the sticky grass. Cannot use their reactions,
Okay.
and their speed is halved. I'm gonna pitch that out into the middle of the room.
Okay. You put your seed out. And it starts to begin to grow. That's to take the turn to bloom, right?
Yes. And can I see? Do I have direct line of sight on any of them without moving into the room?
So moving to the room, because you can't occupy Caldrum's space, you would not.
Okay, then I will move past Caldrum. I don't want to block everybody else in, but I do want to sort of be a shield in front of Caldrum. So in order to get to Caldrum, they'd need to get past me.
Okay.
Which base feature did you put out? Of the natural
Oh,
defense?
sorry,
Or did you just hit sticky grass.
Temp HP.
Okay.
Okay.
Healing bloom.
Yeah, as you're entering in, the air here seems to to almost burn the back of your throats.
Cool. I am going to lich slap one of them now that I'm in the room.
Okay. Right, because your seed's a bonus action.
Yes.
Very cool. All right.
Probably the closest one. If there is a closest one.
Yeah, that one's the closest. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll lich slap that one.
Yeah. Go to roll.
I'll take a nat 20.
Hell yeah.
I'll take it. For 35 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And assuming it is undead, it has disadvantage on attack rolls against me. And it can't, regardless of whether it's undead or not, it can't regain hit points until the start of my next turn.
Okay. Let the energy out. The hand smacks it, spins a bit. As it does, you see the other three move slightly, becoming aware of things in the room suddenly.
Yeah, so I'll shoot once at each of the other three.
Okay.
I'll burn a grit for advantage. And convergence, sharpshooter. Okay. Also take a nat 20.
Oh boy.
Nice.
Okay, so
Okay. So that's the one by Tonk first.
I'll re-roll that.
The other three.
Yeah,
Okay.
one at each of the other three.
Okay.
So that's 42 piercing. These are undead.
Yes.
.42 piercing, 29 radiant.
Nice. Then the one close to the camera here just explodes into shards.
Okay.
Nice.
Love. to
So
see
they've
it.
got less than 71 HP. 71 or less.
Next one, I will use it again for sharpshooter. Uh, 15.
15, because that one's gonna have a little bit of cover because of the floor. Actually,
Well,
even with,
I ignore cover.
even- even-
Sharpshooter.
oh, thank you. So yeah, you'd have hit it anyway. But yep, hit it.
Okay. That is 27 piercing, 14 radiant.
Okay, that one's up.
How's it looking?
Cracked, bloodied, effectively.
Okay, so then I will just take a shot at that one again.
All right.
Sharpshooter. Only a 13 this time.
13 hits.
Okay, we take those.
Well, actually, I'm sorry. It's not he. I forgot. It's not in bloom yet. It will cast shield,
Oh,
so it will
okay.
absorb that.
Yep. Well, that was my held action, so yeah, that's all I got.
All
So-
right. Very cool. Held, and then now.
Will my 30 feet of movement bring me up to the one on the right from my position?
All right, and looks like it.
Looks like yes. All right. I will come in with the Royal Blade of Amphibios. No idea if water-ish weapons are better on flaming skulls or not, but we'll find out in a hot minute. First attack. 18 should be a hit.
18 hits.
First damage is 13.
All right. And what type is that?
That is currently piercing.
Piercing. Okay.
Does it seem to be effective or not effective?
It's it seems to be resistant to piercing.
Okay. With the second attack, let me go ahead and burn a charge and switch that to slashing, activating the Royal Blade of Amphibios, using the basically whip effect to slash it and pull it directly towards me if it's not already.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Cool little
first
side
time
effect.
seeing that.
Yep, 29's a hit, and then what's that? I'm gonna reroll that one with Piercer, so 11 becomes.
Well, you're doing slashing damage, you're not.
Oh fuck, you're right. So it's 11. You're right.
That's 11. It takes all of the 11.
Okay.
Just resistant to piercing, but not slashing.
All right. In that case, let's do one more charge of the blade and make the third attack slashing as well. And that's a crit.
Yeah.
Yes, please. That is crit damage. So that's going to be 17 plus an extra D8. No, that's not. 17. And then, yeah, just 17.
Oh, you can take back one of those charges. That's until the end of your turn that effect lasts.
Oh. I should read more.
So 17 slashing.
Yep.
Very good. With that, you cleave it in two as it shatters.
All right. Am I within 10 feet to be able to use the last attack on the other one or not really?
No.
Do I have any movement left?
No.
Nope. All right. Then I am going to toss up the
You-
family sword with. Go ahead.
Isn't your range increased also?
It
Reach your
should-
weapon, please.
I mean, it's supposed to be 10 feet, right?
Okay.
So if it's not
more than
within.
10 feet away.
If it's more than 10 feet away, it doesn't make a difference.
Yes, one
Or
of the
does it
10.
increase it by 10 feet?
Weapon adds 10 feet to your reach.
Which is 5, so it'd be 15 feet.
Correct.
So, I mean, if it's.
So are we within 15 feet hand? No.
No.
Okay.
All right. That's,
Just checking, because
Yeah, we'll go here. Yeah. Oh, no, you're quite a bit. Yeah.
all right. I will toss up the family sword with a bonus action and make one attack with a flying sword out of nowhere.
Very good.
And that's going to be 17 should be a hit.
It'll go ahead and shield.
Okay.
So it is not.
All right. So that's pretty much it for me then. I'll stay put.
All right. With fiery energy surrounds it, deflecting. And Simon.
Alright, how many feet of movement to get to the closest one for me?
$55.
Okay. I will go 40, bonus action focus to get another 20,
Nice.
and get right up in its face. And I will then make 2 reckless attacks at it
Nice.
with voltage, my great axe. 19 to hit.
19 hits.
nice.
So I got 14 slashing and 1 lightning.
Okay.
And second attack, 24 to hit
Hits.
for 15 slashing and 4 lightning.
Okay, the lightning, it does seem to be resistant to.
Boo. And that is everything.
All right. turn. Okay, so the one right near everybody. Yeah, I think it just instinctively casts fireball to hit everybody.
But
So
of course.
I need a deck save.
Oh boy.
Oof. 13.
17.
19.
28.
What'd you get?
19.
With 28 for them. All right, so everyone made their save.
Nice.
So yeah, so I rolled 34, so that will be 17. But then you mostly have fire resistance or evasion. So fire resistance would take that down to 8.
8.
Starting like this.
All right. The one in the back will rise up 20 feet. And it senses that. Actually, no, they're. Yes, program that. Yeah, so it's going to end up fireballing as well.
Oh boy.
Oh, wow. Very bad.
16.
10.
$19.
Matt, who was telling me to put these dice in jail?
Okay.
14.
All right. So this here is 13. So Cal, that is 33 fire heading your way. Of course, your
So
fire resistance.
16?
Yep. And then it's 16 that heads everyone else's way except for the evasion cat.
Still's got his hair.
But the smell.
Absolutely. All right.
Don't forget to half the 16 because you're resistant.
So it's 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
Caldrum, it's your turn.
All right. Well, this one flew up, so I'm going to attack it.
Yeah.
Sharpshooter. 17.
All right. Tonk, is that the start of the round or start of your turn for the seed?
Start of my turn.
Okay. Then it will shield to
Okay.
not get hit.
Attack number 2. 21.
That hits.
Someday it'll finish rolling. 32 piercing,
Nice.
18 radiant.
It explodes.
Sweet. Last shot, I will use grit for sharpshooter or for advantage. Sharpshooter. 25.
That's going to hit.
I'll reroll the 1 for piercer. So add 6 to that. So 34 piercing and 5 radiant.
Oh yeah, with that explodes and the pieces travel.
It's like he's popping balloons. Me too.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, Tonk's thing blooms. We can get her to HP.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it
What-
seems as though nothing else seems to spring to life in this room.
What's that thing that Thola does on the undead? Does
Pray?
anybody still have holy water over them? I don't think my. I mean, I can certainly try prayer, but I'm not too good at it. It's still
Mal's
fairly
rummaging
new.
through his backpack.
I can certainly attempt.
All right,
to
so I
imitate her.
got a Wispy Sour here, and I got a Bloody Marilith here, and 1 dose of Blue Pseudo. I save them for, well, that's not for you. No holy water.
I've heard Thola say the last rites prayers. I'm gonna attempt to last rites these things.
Okay.
I don't know if she's ever had to make a roll for that because she's much higher level cleric than me.
Well, first things first, actually, all of you in the room, and Cal, you just haven't entered. I do need Constitution saving throws.
Some bitch. Is it a spell or magical effect?
No.
You said I do make it or I don't?
No, because you're still in the
Okay.
doorway. This is poison. I'll let you know.
Oh. I see a bunch of gas?
Yeah. Well, you don't see gas, no.
Oh, okay.
But then there's fumes in here, however.
Oh, okay.
10.
Do I see the distortion in the air?
No.
Guys, I think I think I might have made this, but I think it might be close. 26.
There you go.
All right, so this is 15. And the base damage here is going to be 10. Oh, sorry, 11. So 11 poison damage. If you got 15 or below, 15 or above, it's half to 5.
Oh,
Can-
we lost
can-
him.
Guys,
tell what's causing
I might be starting to get in trouble here. I'm under 200 HP. This is
Wait, you have 200 HP?
212.
Boy.
All right. It
Barbarian.
seems like this is like the looking around. It seems that there are shafts in here that the gas just simply seems to come in, and there's other kind of holes. It's just gonna be where this is. Now that you have entered the room, and so this is actually every round is this save and damage from the poison. Oh man, poor Tonk here. You do look in the north wall here. Look at Tonk here. Look in the north wall, and there's an 8-foot diameter shaft that looks like it goes down. You can see intense heat and light radiate, and it's smooth, and there's a crackle of flames from below. But there does seem to be a chain ladder coiled up near the hole, and with one end attached to the wall. Other than that, if you want to look around, you can make an investigation check.
I mean, can you loot fragmented skulls? Probably not. Maybe we could try.
Okay, but do the skulls have fillings in their teeth?
No, I love it. Also, from this area, you see another passage leading out of here.
I mean, since you clocked me on that one at the start of the session.
Yeah, no, of course. That's what I expect.
Guys, what happened? The air got thick.
Yeah, you could say that.
I just need some water. We just need some water, guys. That's it. Just some water.
Oh, on the con save that everybody made right before my computer crashed, I got a 23.
Okay, so that would be 5 poison damage.
Okay.
It is a round by round thing, though.
Yeah, so say, what's everybody doing now? You do see an exit. You see a ladder that you could take down. You see an exit you could take out, and then of course you could try to investigate the room further if you want.
Does the exit seem to go out, like leave the complex, or just out of this room?
Seems to go out of this room.
Okay.
Um,
Down or out, y'all?
Let's say look around first, then down.
So Jet being metal is probably not going to be as potentially problemed by a metal chain above a fiery something. I really don't want to sear my hands on this thing. So I'm going to have Jet let the metal chain ladder down. Not necessarily going down, but Jet's, letting the ladder down in case we want to go down.
absolutely. Okay, it clanks to the surface, or clanks down about 30 feet.
Captain, you let me know what we're doing. I'm not too keen on standing in a
Yep,
room.
yep. No, that's fine.
Since I can see as Jet, can I look down the hole to see, like, does this just go straight to lava, or... Because it looked pretty light and hot.
Yeah. From what you can tell, there is a rough circular cave here that does have air that seems like it just radiates heat. There's a curved wall of fire that stretches from the floor to the ceiling and leaves only 5 feet between it and the surrounding walls.
Right, cool. Magical firewall, or maybe not magical, but firewall of some sort. It looks really hot, looks pretty bad. I vote for the door.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna go for the door before I just get killed by this poisonous room.
2 hours from now.
Could I get across with 80 feet of movement?
Yeah, if you wanted to get to it, yeah.
Yeah, so I'd do
Sprint
that.
without moving, absolutely.
Unless
For everyone
you
else,
want
I
to-
think this you can. What? No, you don't. You don't get a save for
Oh,
entering.
okay. Sweet.
You get a save for starting.
Bolt. And then check the hallway.
Yeah, I say you can get out of here easy enough then. As you check the hallway.
For more illusions.
Yeah. What you see through here is as you leave the skull chamber, the tunnel continues and then opens up above a pool of lava, the surface of which is 30 feet below. There's a metal catwalk suspended 10 feet from the ceiling by iron chains, and it connects to another tunnel on the far side, as well as a stone column rising up from the magma. The catwalk passes through a hole in the column. In the lava below, serpentine creatures glide and splash. To the south, the lava cascades into the pool before the current continues down a channel to the north.
I'll just whisper back, well, we've got hostiles. Seem to be swimming in the lava, so I'm not going to be able to duplicate that first room's effect.
Can we get everybody in the hallway and out of the poison?
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Do I want to try to sneak across and maybe not get the little lizardy thingy's attention, or?
I don't know that we'll be able to carry a 5x5 foot cube weighing hundreds of pounds out without them noticing.
You're probably right. All right. Tonk, you're a magic type person. Is there like an opposite fireball where you drop like a water ball on fiery things and they just like freeze or something?
Yeah, Cass did that to on Dark Toe. It was insane.
Do you have one?
No.
I do not.
I don't remember what shape it was, but she definitely dropped ice on them.
Yeah, that was the evocation specific, some crazy shit.
I mean, after a while, you just go with it, honestly. Do I want to try to get on both sides of this bridge? Maybe Mage Jaw on one side and everybody shoot down? What's the smart choice?
What's the smart choice, or what's the choice that we're going to go with? Because those aren't the same.
Yeah. It was a hypothetical.
We can
never
try
know
to-
what's going.
We can try to lure them into a choke point.
It's true. I mean, if they're down there, they may not be able to come through this doorway. That might be a decent choke point. As long as they don't destroy the bridge, I think we're pretty much good.
That could be problematic if they destroy the bridge.
I mean, unless Jajal wants to slap another fly on me and I can play ferry service again.
We're
Don't you
using this
have a fly?
hallway.
To ferry us if
That's-
need be.
True, but that's a once in a while thing.
So
Last
we
time
using
Jajal
this
got-
hallway as the choke point, or do we want to head down? Or we can try to stealth across and fight them from that side. They'd certainly be confused if they think we're coming in from that end. Though can't be sure that there won't be things behind us.
It's true, and we don't know what's beyond this bridge. Talk strong tactical opinions or no?
I have create water, but it doesn't. It. Maybe.
Would doubling up be effective? I also can utilize that.
How wide is the area?
The whole area?
Yeah.
So all the way across the catwalk itself to the other end, 10, 20, about 80 feet. So it's roughly an 80 by 80 roundish room.
Okay. Because
That's
I
a
can only
common-
do a 30-foot cube of rain or 10 gallons of solid water. So not enough to really do anything here.
Would make for a nice little sauna.
It'd make for a good sauna.
Y'all want to try to sneak past and see if there's another way out of here besides going back this way?
You gonna hide us, or we just using our innate abilities?
I mean, I certainly can do that. That's not a problem. Hang on. Jajal sneaky as shit. Tonk sneaky as shit. I'm not bad. Kale's not bad. Simon,
Look, I'm as sneaky as Jajal now.
I'm pretty good at it. I mean, I'm proficient.
we can try it and see how it goes, or I can give us a little extra something.
Your
I mean,
call.
I think that little extra something is going to guarantee we get across without
Yeah.
being noticed. 'Cause
Let's do that. That sounds good.
There's
Grab-
also the fact that you keep it up for a while. We potentially just go get the information
That's
and
true.
then let the bear make their attempt.
Yep.
But
That
if you
is
if you
true.
just wanted information, I don't see us being able to collect it and not give it to her.
Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and grab the key into the Pass Without Trace. And then see if we can sneak across the bridge without getting angry fire serpents mad at us.
Okay. Go ahead and make stealth checks. Group stealth check.
28.
44.
Hell yeah.
Dirty 20.
and it's a plus 10, right?
Yep. So 30.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I rolled low and I got a 30.
All right. Then-
Natural 20 for a total of 37.
Hell
Jesus
yeah.
Christ. Nice.
Yes.
We are a sneaky bunch.
Yeah.
Did I end up with the lowest at 28?
Virtually
Yeah,
guarantee
I think so. Doc, bring it up the rear at 28 on stealth.
it. No, technically I'm... Oh, wait, no, yeah, 37. Sorry, I forgot the plus 10. I'm like, I got a 20 plus 7. It's 27.
I rolled a 10 and got 28, and I'm the lowest here. That's great.
I rolled a
That-
19.
That's
but I have
about how
plus
I feel
15.
with my initiatives, okay?
Because my
I can roll great, and I'm still going to be the last one.
with my Zahir's bonus action hide, I was never hiding because my stealth was trash, so I fixed that.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, do they notice us as we slink our way
do
across?
not.
Okay. Just to be clear.
Luckily, your
If
pass
they
without
noticed
trace
us,
quiets,
they'd have to have ungodly high perception.
your pass without trace the metal as well, so there's no like rattling of chains.
Yeah. So you move
Hashtag
very
magic.
carefully. Very, very carefully through. You pass through the center column. And you do see here that there is one stone that's been set in the wall that has a symbol of the phoenix upon it.
Cal, do you know what that is? Is that thing glowing or what?
I checked to see if it's an illusion because that's
No. It's not an illusion.
no, that's just more of the same iconography. I can't really put up the spell without drawing attention to us.
Okay. Is it just a stone, or does it look like it's a button?
Let me try to, if you want to try to mess with it.
So, if I were playing Resident Evil, I feel like at this point what would need to happen would be I go back, I ring the one gong, run up the platform, ring the second one, race down here and press the button in a certain amount of time. But I got nothing outside of that Resident Evil experience. Like I got nothing on what to do here.
Okay. I mean, it could just be a stone with a symbol on it.
I would like to inspect it.
Okay.
So I'm going to inspect it as if it were trapped, both physically and magically. So I'm using all of the tools I have at my disposal, like thieves' tools, but also all of my Arcana Artificer knowledge.
Okay. I would say you look, it seems loose.
Okay. I'm still gonna check it for traps.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Would you let me call that a tool check since I'm
Checking for traps, yes, you can do a tool check on that. Yeah.
okay? Um, 33.
Okay. It does not appear to be trapped.
Cool. I will move the stone.
Okay. You move it. Underneath is a small brass box.
Okay, I will check the brass box for traps.
Can make investigation.
30.
Okay. The brass box does not appear to be trapped.
Cool. I'll open the brass
I
box.
hold my breath.
Okay, open it. You see two bottles filled with a red liquid, and a third bottle filled with a light blue liquid.
Hold on, I've seen this movie. Red bottle or blue bottle? I've seen this movie. I'll show everybody.
Somebody keeping their stash here? Somebody drinking on the sly? What's going on?
Yeah, the way the stone was, it was. All of you actually have really high passive perception. It looked like it was meant to be like an on the down low marking, as though it was more like a stash.
Cool. Should we take them with us and figure out what they are later?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you have room in your bag? Oh, wait, never mind.
Yeah, I got room in my bag and my other bag and the pockets here and
Okay, then you cross the second piece. I'm just going to take your stealth check so we don't go through that insanity again. This passage begins curving north. And looks like it opens up to a larger room. This again is a 5-foot passage that's looks naturally carved out.
Are there any illusions?
You can see right here. It's up to you. Do you want to continue moving down? Well, I would say, what is the marching order? Let's go with that.
Mal's happy to lead. Quietly.
So I'm just
I mean, Simon can also
scope over.
Yeah.
Simon can
Mal's
also
shoulder.
stand in the front.
Yeah. And so, and I'm going to go to dungeon crawl stuff. And this is basically once you enter a room, you enter the room. It's not as much peering from hallways as it gets.
You mean I can't use my small mirror to check around to make sure there's not a basilisk around the corner?
I mean, you could if you want to start taking the mirror thing out. Find a way to describe me to do this.
okay, but I want to be clear. We're saying we enter a room, we're entering a room. Like, if we're talking about a doorway or opening a door, I open it from the side.
Okay.
Yeah, I learned
I've
that.
taken too many crossbow
spears.
bolts and spears.
How many boxes were you trapped in?
I love it.
Like between the pyramid and Mal's old boat and like, I'm taking too many of those from opening doors.
Come in here. Basalt pillars rise from the glassy floor of this circular cave to support a smooth domed ceiling. Niches carved into the columns hold dancing flames that illuminate copper tapestries hanging on the walls. Each one bears the symbol of the phoenix. And then just in front of a wide exit tunnel stands a dais with an altar atop it. Before the altar, you see 3 individuals. 2 are in robes. 1 is encased in armor. To the north and south are smaller chambers attached to the shrine. An ornate privacy screen blocks the view to the north. The southern room is circular and lavishly decorated. As you look, just in this moment, you see an enormous red-skinned individual sharpening a scimitar. You guess would stand maybe 15 to 20 feet high. You know, you did stealth in here based on your stuff, so no one's quite aware of you just yet.
So the enormous 15 or 20 foot high red skinned individual with the scimitar. Have we seen this before?
I think. Have you? Trying to remember. I'm so sorry. I think
The biggest
Is that the one I put to
demon we
sleep?
fought.
Well,
Go ahead.
we've seen Giantkin before, but not necessarily Fire Giantkin.
right.
So I don't know if that's what Mal was.
So I
getting
don't
at
think
here.
you have. Not seen somebody like. I don't think you have no.
Are they speaking at all?
They seem to be mumbling something, the 3 before the altar. It sounds like they're in prayer of some type.
Do we just go? Do we just?
I would say be careful over
I
your
speak
conversation in here, because spell outreach does not muffle sound necessarily. Not speaking, rather. So if you're going to communicate, just kind of be aware of that.
I speak primordial. Am I understanding anything that they're hearing, or can I check to see if I can even hear it
I would
clearly
say
enough from this range?
make a perception check.
25.
I would say roughly, you pick up because you're still a ways away, because you're not getting very close to them. So, and they're not like saying very loud. You definitely pick up, because you're familiar with it, the name Deseret.
Okay.
And specifically, be with your scions, Ismora. Be with your scions, Pyro.
Okay.
And have the third come to light.
I look at Caldrum, and I'm not saying anything out loud, but I hold up one of my seeds and look towards the three of them and just sort of like raise my eyebrows in a question.
Is there any fire near us?
Not overly close.
Okay. Crap. That's why I don't like this spell. It's like the fire has to be there already, or I can't affect it. I'm looking at control flame, and I'm like, oh, that's somatic only. I could make shapes with it. No fucking fire around.
I mean, how did you pay?
What are you trying to do?
I was trying to use control flames to make images to communicate silently because it's somatic only. I show them my my hourglass holy symbol and like make bird motions and fire and then in the dirt, or is there ash at all on this floor?
Yeah, I'd say there'd be ash, sure.
So I write out Pyro and Ismora that they were, and I mouth that they're talking about them.
I'll look up. Is one of the robed figures the same height as Pyro?
A slightly below average size for a human.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
'Cause I think I put down Pyro as being like 5'6" or something like that. So he's.
I mean,
he's
okay,
a little on
that's
the
fair.
shorter
I
side.
really wouldn't be
No.
able to tell.
Okay,
No,
thank
yeah.
you. I was like,
That's fair.
I mean, he was a pretty nondescript height, maybe a bit on the short side, but if you also
That's
can't
fair.
see
Okay,
if it's
That's
a
fair.
guy or a
Cool,
girl, it
cool,
could just be
cool.
a normal-sized woman.
Yeah, that's fair.
I give Tonk the thumbs up that if he wants to throw a seed, that we can just start this thing. Or,
Cool. Well, I got the thumbs up,
Yep. No. that's
so
Send it.
I'm gonna send it. Rather than this being temp HP around us, I'm actually going to drop it so that the 15 feet would cover the altar. It would include the three of them there, and then as much towards us as possible
okay,
in the middle space.
good.
I'm dropping the poison, and I'm burning a 4th level spell slot for the carnivorous plant.
Nice.
Very good.
What does that mean?
They
Nom, nom, nom.
potentially take damage if they fail their con saves.
Oh.
I mean, you saw Little Shop of Horrors, right?
Wait, yes. But I mean, like, is that going to affect us as well?
Nope.
Okay,
At the
cool.
start of each of my turns, the plant attacks a hostile creature within range. It's a melee weapon attack +5, reach 10 feet. So it can actually get all the way out to 25 feet. Because, or no, yeah. Or, well, 20, if you, we'll say 20. For 2d8 +5 piercing damage. And it can grapple the target.
See, I
I've
was
never
thinking,
used the
that-
carnivorous plant before.
based on how it's sounding, I would think that it would just be 10 feet from wherever you'd planted the bush, but
Okay. Everyone roll initiative.
What was the base effect you were doing again? Sorry.
Poison.
Poison?
Poison and then carnivorous plant. Nice.
Yep.
Double damage.
guys, I had another good initiative.
Can I re-roll that one?
Yeah, sure.
I don't think it's possible for me to re-roll worse.
Not with that attitude.
I'll take that.
No.
What's funny is that
Joel,
every
you
time he said that, he's rolled worse.
Well, he
Seeing
rolled
as
a
how I
natural one
rolled
the
a
first
1.
Oh, a 20 is better. Nice.
Oh, okay.
I rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
So me and Jajal tied, but he has
Yeah.
a +8, so he's gonna go before me, right? That's how that works.
It's technically up to you guys. You can choose who
Yeah.
wants to go
So
first.
the easiest way I prefer, unless you have a stronger preference, is just whatever D&D Beyond says.
That's
What-
fine with me.
When I press start,
That's fair.
which is usually alphabetical.
Okay. Then
I did not
Jay
realize
go
that.
first.
Yeah.
That's fine. Me with my rolled 18.
Should have picked an earlier name.
Sorry.
A lot of other times it's who's
Don't
got the
be.
highest dex score, so he would still
Everyone
beat you.
everyone gets a nickname that starts with A. All right, we will get to that comeback after we come back from our break,
Solid.
and we'll get to
Me
that.
next time playing a herring gun. Yep, with alerts and
Any subclass that gives the bonus from the stat.
Named
Yep.
Alfred.
No, I was gonna say Aardvark. Double A, baby.
Aaron.
Ron.
Somebody had to do it.
All right. Come on back. Get everyone back and ready to go.
Excuse me.
All right. So. All right. So as all of you come into this room, this is a surprise round. So Tonk puts his seat out into the center.
Phrasing.
And I guess start Caldrum, what do you want to be doing?
Oh. Can I see the big guy?
Yeah, he's in the other room currently, but
Oh, okay.
so no, Caldrum cannot see him.
Okay.
Oh yes, you can see because you know he's there, but he is in those other rooms.
Got it. Okay. To attack, I guess the two guys that are at the altar. It's just the two people that we can see currently?
There's 3 at the altar.
3 at the altar. Okay, so 1 at each. Because that's how I don't immediately get blown up.
So 1 at each. You want to hit the robes or the armored guy?
I'll start with the robes. And then just go, or I'll go left to right, just for ease of use in regards to how I'm seeing the people. Because I ignore all but total cover, so I'll just get into a position so that way I can at least see them a little bit.
The 2 robed individuals.
Right. Burn grit for... Are they holding anything that I can see?
Oh, their backs to you, so you really can't tell.
Okay, got it. Yeah. So... is this... Would this technically be attacking from hidden initially, that they didn't see us?
Yes.
Okay, so then I don't need to burn grit just yet. So... Sharpshooter. 29.
Well, it's not attacking from hidden. It's you're surprising. You're surprising, so you have advantage.
Okay, sure.
So bottom line, you have advantage, but yeah.
Is the wrong damage. So 39 piercing. I'm assuming they are not undead until you tell me to roll that die.
Yep, nope.
All
39.
Right, so 39.
Boom.
Next in line. Would it be advantage against each of them because they're surprised?
Yes.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, surprise goes for everybody.
Yeah.
It's only some of the actual play DMs that like to be like, oh no, only one person gets surprised. That's not how the rules work.
I think it's once it's their turn, at the end of their turn, they're no longer surprised. Okay, yeah, I don't have any fancy tricks to do on these guys because I can't tell that they're holding anything, so I don't need to try to disarm them. 27 to hit for... If the thing will give me my damage. 32.
Okay.
And the last guy... 23 to hit?
Yep, that hit the armored one.
I will reroll that one with Piercer. Hell yeah. 1 to a 12, so 11 more damage, so nice. 34 to him. And then if I can move behind move up and behind a pillar to hide. Can I see an overhead just to see that I'm not just putting myself into lava? Okay. Yeah, I will move and I will try my best to hide behind that pillar. I don't know that actually gives me total cover from them.
Okay. But you don't have a hide action, right? You're not like hiding.
I do. From Convergence, the Zahir bonus.
Okay. So roll your stealth then.
31.
Okay.
Unless Mal still has Pass Without a Trace up, and then it's 41.
It
Yeah,
is.
he would. Yep.
To 41.
All right.
And
2
that's
shots as they try to look. You are gone, Mal.
Chet. So distance to the one that for me would be the far left one, kind of red and bluish.
Okay.
The cape.
Yes, the cape.
45. 4D, 40 feet.
Okay.
Oh.
So I will burn 30 feet getting there and be very visibly exposed. All right. And then I would like to attack with the Royal Blade, burn a charge, get the extra 10 feet of reach out of it.
Okay.
So that's going to be slashing.
That shit's so cool.
It is weird. Also, the pulling it towards you part is weird too.
The frog tongue.
Yeah.
If you like that, I've been contemplating whether or not lava is liquid and could I walk on it. So weird side effects. All right, first attack going in. It's going to be a 22 to hit.
That's going to hit.
Awesome. That's now going to be 12 slashing.
Nice.
Second is no, it's not a crit piercer. It's a crit because champion.
Because you.
Yes, because me's. All the me's. So that's
Nice.
another 21 slashing.
Very good.
Third is going to be move, dice, move. Oh, Christ on a cracker. Do it again.
Another crit. Actually,
Wow.
20.
Crit.
21 more. This is going to go interesting. I'll go ahead and burn the action surge since I'm on a hot streak.
Yeah.
So 3 more attacks. That's going to be 24 to hits a hit.
Hits.
16 more slashing.
Nice.
That's 4. This is 5. 17 to hit.
That hits.
Jesus Christ. 17 more slashing.
Okay. With that, you see them lean back. Their body grows red and explodes as the armor flies around. And I need a saving throw from you. Dexterity?
Dex. Spell or magical effect, yes.
Yes.
All right. This is freaking wild. That's going to be 14 plus. That's a 16.
Okay, very good. So then you would take 6 slash or piercing damage as the armor shrapnel hits into your body.
Interesting.
A piercer being pierced.
The irony.
But he's dead.
All right. Well, with one more attack to go, am I within 10 feet to get the other one?
15, remember.
Yes, 15.
Yep.
Sweet. That's going to be sweet. 29 to hit should hit. And 13 slashing.
Nice.
And bonus action, I'm going to toss the family sword up. For attack number 7. 27 to hit should hit.
Hits.
And lucky ducky, that's 15 more damage. And 7 attacks later, I am spent. I will stay put.
Amazing. They are dead. Okay, Tonk did his move already, so Jajal.
Wow. Okay. Who's up now?
The one dude and the big guy.
Yeah, there's the one dude at the altar, and then the giant.
And we've established that they are not friendly, right?
We're pretty
Y'all
freaking sure.
haven't said anything to him. Y'all just killed him.
Yeah.
Dude, very much like, you're in a way, we're killing you.
Yes.
It was, if I talk, they might hear us. So they're talking about Deseret and Pyronis Mora, and we know that we don't really want their plan to come to fruition.
For all you know, the guy that you just killed was Pyro.
Possible. I'll find out later.
I don't like the look of the big guy. But I might as well
You mean
go
the
for
giant with 2 giant shields?
Yeah.
I wonder why you wouldn't like that.
I could have sworn I heard scimitar. That's so strange.
Yeah. Now he's got 2 giant shields.
I guess, yeah, I'll run up behind the remaining one. And this is... they haven't had a chance to react yet, right?
Correct.
Oh boy. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna follow suit.
We had really high stealth and really high initiative.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll pull up the,
That's this is why we are known as the strike team.
Yeah.
Because you don't know we're there, and then you don't realize we're there until it's too late.
I'm gonna go
Doesn't
ahead
matter at that point.
and draw the needle and take a stab.
All right.
That's going to be a 16 to hit.
16 hits.
That's going to be... The first hit's going to be 15 damage plus 2d6 radiant. So there's 6. So
All right.
21 damage. And then...
They fall limp off your blade and die.
What? Off one hit?
Well, I hit them also, remember.
Oh, right. Sorry. Okay. Shit.
I'm playing the AoE by spreading my attacks.
Well, that just didn't feel right.
You just ran up and just went, and he fell. You stabbed him with a sword. Most people die when you stab them with a sword.
I guess
Art
they...
department took your comment
Yep.
personally.
I guess
think the other one looks cooler though.
The other one is cooler. It's a fire
Yeah.
giant like dreadnought or something like that.
very,
It's wild.
very intimidating. I guess I look up at the other one and I just kind of like, with a nervous chuckle, and that's it.
You don't look down to see if either of the bodies look familiar to you.
There's a giant with a scimitar within like 20 feet or 30 feet. No, I'm not concerned about that at this moment.
Simon, go ahead.
I guess I'll run towards the giant because that's all that's left.
All right.
Look,
Simon's
he was in the
got
other room.
40
I couldn't
feet.
see him.
All right, you'd be about there.
How far away am I from it?
25.
So 20 feet's not going to get me into melee with it. That is unfortunate.
Did you take your telescoping lance back?
Yeah, I do still have it, but I want to use my axe.
Hey, if you want to attack this turn, I gave you an option. Now,
Yes.
now if you're like, oh, I didn't do anything this turn, it's your own fault.
Well, see, now my question is, do I want to have it make a deck save, or do I want to throw to hit it with something? And I'm gonna have it do
Fair.
both. I'm going to throw the javelin of lightning, and I'll go ahead and burn the charge on it. So it needs to
Ooh,
make
nice.
a DC 13 deck save.
Nice. 11.
So that fails it. So it's going, and then I rolled a 21 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, so I'm just gonna roll the piercing first. That is 7 piercing. And then 46 lightning. That's pretty good. 20. 6, a 4, and 2 5s.
Nice.
Yeah. So 20 lightning. And
Okay.
then
That rockets into him, yeah.
yeah, and then second one I will throw the frosted javelin for 23 to hit.
Hits.
Okay. So that is 9 piercing and 4 cold damage.
Nice.
And that will be it.
Okay. All right, now they don't go because it's surprise. So now we're back at Cal.
All right. Can I see the big guy now from my new position?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I will. Now it's attacking from unseen. Since I'm coming out of
Yeah.
hiding.
Yes.
Okay. So I will sharpshooter, and I'm gonna burn my Zahir's hidden venom, which I have to be attacking from unseen to activate. Natural 20.
Ooh.
Nice.
You know what? Let's no.
Are you gonna do your once a day? To
No,
just
because I don't.
melt the
I feel
guy?
like there's actually in here, so I'll hold it. So we're at 54, 60, and then so 60 piercing, and then it's going to be 4d8 of poison. So 15 poison, and it needs to make a DC 17 Constitution saving throw. Oh, I'm a liar. I forgot about Deseret's rage. So 3.
The irony.
Oh wait, it's a fire giant. I don't know that it takes fire.
Yeah,
Doesn't
It's
take
9 fire. Yeah, okay.
But it did get a 22 on its con.
Okay, so then it takes half of the 15, so 7. Oh no, that's that, and then so it's not poisoned.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It
Second
is
attack,
bloodied.
no longer get that benefit, so I will burn. You know what? I'm gonna burn inspiration so I can disarming shot it to try to make it drop its weapon, but still maintain advantage. Holy fuck! Natural 20.
Oh my god.
Wow.
these guys aren't gonna even get a chance to do anything. We're just that. Like if any of them wanted to say anything before they died, it's too.
I'll use Pearson to reroll one of the 4s. So that's 52 piercing.
Okay.
And then it needs to make a
What
strength saving throw or drop one object.
Okay.
So it's scimitar.
23 for strength.
Yeah. Kind of figured. Final shot. Burn the grit because I got it back from the crit. Okay, there we go. Double 4s for 14.
Okay. 14 misses. It just bounces.
And then I've got 40 feet of movement, so I will maneuver around to a new pillar. Or actually, I guess that one to my right, because that would be out of sight of it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So I'll move to there, bonus action hide for 26. And that's my turn.
Okay. Then that will be Mal.
Did we just lose a camera or no?
Yeah, I'm just trying to
Okay.
focus.
Cool. All good. All right. Given that I'm out in the open and big scary dude with a meat cleaver taller than I am is hanging out there. I'm going to turn and move towards him.
All right.
And just say along the way, it's not personal. Can I get all? Yep, awesome.
Mhm.
All right, I will engage. Same weapon as last time. The old Royal Blade. Let's see what his armor class looks like. That is a 29 to hit.
That hits.
For rerolling with Piercer, that's even worse. 10.
All right.
Lovely. Does he appear to be taking the stabby damage?
Yes.
Fantastic. All right, second attack is 22 to hit
Hits.
for 14 damage.
Nice.
I just imagine him like whittling away at his knees at this point.
Yeah, just taking toes and pieces. of
Whatever.
honesty.
Yeah, whatever random things are closer to me. Third is going to be 15 to hit. Probably a miss.
That's gonna miss.
Awesome. And I will go ahead and pull the family sword forward and see if I can make an attack with that.
How far that can it move?
30.
All right, so it moves 30 feet towards the large fella.
Close enough or not close enough?
Yep, looks like melee.
All right. One last attack with the bonus. 15 is also a miss.
Yeah.
All right. I will brace for impact.
All right. So Tonk.
All right, so the defenses bloom in a room filled with no one.
Yeah, it's
Sorry about that.
The fourth level spell that I put out there to make this thing offensive is completely wasted.
Tonk, take the 4th level spell slot back. Seriously. I gotta do something for you.
Like that was rough.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Expected 6 natural 20s.
That's honestly true.
Yeah, to be fair.
I mean, let's be honest, even without the 6 natural 20s, even if they were just regular hits and not critical hits, it would have just bought them maybe a round.
yeah.
Like they
Cool.
this round instead. That's the only difference.
Well, I'm gonna move into the room.
Wait,
25
do you even have
feet.
the speed for that? We gotta get you a broom.
Or some tiny
And
little Adidas.
With
And
with
not the
25
Canadian
movement.
ones.
With
Okay,
25
there you are.
movement, can I get line of sight on the big dude?
Yep, you can.
Cool. I will lich slap.
It'd be the most on-brand thing for Tonk to
To
him
not
not
be able
be-
to get in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
First magic item Tonk needs to make during downtime is himself a broom of flying.
Or just take
31 to hit.
That hits.
or just
So-
take like a level of, or just take the mobile feat or a level of monk or something, or 2 levels, whatever it takes in monk to get the.
Why?
Just something to give him more
22
movement.
necrotic damage, and it can't regain health until my next turn.
Yeah, how do you want to kill him?
Yes! Yes! Yes!
What? What?
So all of this damage has just worn this dude down, and this necrotic hand, just honestly, it's just a backhand slap right across the chin, and there's this crack as the spine just snaps and he collapses. Just a backhand crumple.
I'm also imagining it's just this skinny little hand, gnome size hand that just shoots up from the ground all the way up and then just goes.
I was honestly half expecting a nut tap. Like,
Just a.
No, it's that backhand across the chin and that pronounced just snap.
You see his neck all twisted around.
Immediately, the body disintegrates in fire and smoke. as it falls and is no more. The room appears clear.
All right, guys. What just happened here? This has got to be a trap. What's wrong?
To be clear,
is
it only
where
had
I'm
9
standing-
left from 200. Because you guys did so much damn
And
damage.
none of
From
the
where
bodies.
I'm standing, is that viewable into the previous passageway that we crossed over top of? Because we crossed a walkway that was hanging from the ceiling from where I am. Is that
No, this
over
is
the
this
edge
is
that I'm
down a
looking?
tonner.
okay? Just checking.
I would like to look at. Are there any corpses left?
I mean, there's the 3 corpses there.
I would like to check the 3 corpses.
I was gonna ask, do we recognize the bodies?
As you look, you do not.
Nice.
They do
Cool.
appear
It's,
to be
it's so sweet
fired
of you
to
guys
nuts,
just to
though.
confirm that you didn't just murder an old friend. That's
Look,
nice.
I have Revivify.
You say old friend. The old friend left us to basically go off on some kind of heinous quest on behalf of the domineering flying chicken. Angry fiery chicken. I'm not feeling super keen on the whole sympathy play.
I mean, look, Pyro might get a Revivify,
I think Pyro might for some Q&A.
right?
So you look around
But
here.
that being said, making sure that they're, not Pyro is one thing. I would also like to check the bodies.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep an eye on where we came from, just to make sure we don't get people running up behind us.
Check
That's
the
what I'll be
area here. You do see where the large person came from. There's a feast on an obsidian table along the far wall. Under it is an ornate chest. You see a divan with finely woven coverlets and pillows sits along the north side, and small jets of flame that emerge from the walls at regular intervals light that room. But looking at the bodies themselves, they don't carry much of interest, except for rings that depict a phoenix.
Did you say there was a feast on a table?
Yep.
Simon's gonna go over and start looking
Simon,
at the food.
Jesus.
For how many people roughly?
Um,
3 plus 1 with a big appetite?
It looks like it'd probably be enough. Well, for probably the person with the big appetite, so probably a good 10 normal people.
Okay.
It is sumptuous and delicious. You see there's pieces of meat and grilled fruit and grilled veggies. A lot of grill and char themed flavoring.
Simon's looking in particular for anything sweet first. That's what he's gonna go for. But
Oh,
Like
there are amazing, we'll say, Rex and Trim cream donuts.
oh, he's eating the whole tray of those.
Too expensive to import.
But yeah, no, Simon's just going to town at the table.
At a time like this.
Yeah, you would see the tapestries possibly could be of value here if you're looking. Of course, there's the chest that I mentioned.
I'm doing
so,
some box breathing. to
Taking
heal.
all of the rings, first of all.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna detect magic on those rings.
Okay. They don't. No magical aura comes off.
Cool.
Um,
But since detect magic is area, is there anything in the area that does come off as magical?
Besides us blinding him.
right. Not that you can see. No.
Cool.
To the other room, there was a room with a privacy screen. There, it is a comfortable bedchamber with several pieces of suggestive art that's on the walls. and a number of risque sculptures of humans, tieflings, and other creatures in the throes of passion that adorn side tables. In the middle sits a bed with plush covers and many pillows, with an armoire that stands against a side wall.
So it's that kind of temple.
What I was trying to mime earlier was that they were talking about having found Ismora and Pyro, and that they were still looking for the third. When you showed me your seed, asking if you should start, and so I figured, might as well. If these are acolytes of Deseret, we don't exactly want Deseret coming back. So I didn't think it'd be, the end of the world if we put these down.
Cool. So the
Try out the pillow?
chest. I look at Jajal.
Yes.
I'm surprised you haven't started opening that.
I was trying to be polite. Should I go ahead and do it now?
Sure.
Let's see. Why the hell isn't this getting out? Why aren't you loading sleight of hand?
Yep, sleight of hand for the chest.
Oh, that's not bad. 31.
31. And you're trying to what specifically? Are you trying to open?
Yes, please.
All right, very quickly. You open up the chest. And as you look into here,
No explosions, no traps, no things.
all right. You see a yellow bottled liquid and 750 gold pieces and a tin tube.
It's all clean, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, the room we were just looking at, I just wanted to make sure that, yeah.
Okay.
What do you guys make of all this?
I don't think that bed's for sleeping exactly.
Right, but what is a tin tube for?
I'm curious, but I'm not sure. Does it vibrate?
I'll give it.
Does
I'll
it have a flared base?
tap it? I don't think I see a button.
You look. It looks like you can unscrew it.
Oh god.
Is it a flask of nitroglycerin?
Is it full of bees?
Is it something for Mal when Cass isn't around?
My God.
I'll. Hey, I can go grab her real quick.
Let's wait on that one.
I'll kind of face it away from the crowd and just lightly start unscrewing it.
Okay. Open it, and you see a rolled piece of parchment within.
Okay, I'll pull it out and I'll hand it over to Tonk actually.
Right. Tonk, if you look at it, this appears to be a scroll of immolation.
Okay.
Is that good or something? What is that?
It was one of Pyro's preferred ones before he left, near the end there.
It's essentially a continuous fireball for one person. More or less.
Cass could certainly make use of it if you can't, Tonk.
Oh, at least one of us will. What level spells immolation?
6th
Fifth.
or 5th.
Cool. I'll get slots for it eventually.
So check out the rest of the room. There was the bedroom. There's the dining area. Was there a third area?
Yeah, so to be clear, the chest that you looked at was in the area that had the feast.
Okay.
That's where all this.
That's where Simon is.
Right.
Going to town.
If you're looking for more of the bedroom, you can try to search around there.
Sure.
So you can make a investigation check.
I'm still just aiming to make sure nobody comes up behind us.
I got all of a 15. So typical mal investigation check.
15.
Mhm.
Look around. You do see a magenta liquid in a bottle that's in the pocket of one of the robes on the Amrar.
Pocket of the robes. I think I know what this is. I might save this for later.
When you're alone with Cass.
How close are you? Could you what? You never saw that.
You were in the other room.
Yes, I
You
know.
specifically
I
were in
just-
the other
yes.
room.
I'm just saying that is Ryan saying that, not Simon.
Totally.
Just nobody else was stepping up to say it, so I felt obligated.
So we got the tapestries of various lewd acts happening, and the risque sculptures, and the privacy screen, and that's pretty much it.
Yes.
Just checking out the bounce on the bed. Does it feel a little worn out, or is it brand spanking new?
I would say it does have its wear and tear.
I see.
I mean-
move it on.
Was the big dude probably using it?
No, that was the other room with the feast where the big
Right, yeah. Got it.
Don't know that he. I mean, maybe. Was there one more little cubby hole, or was that it?
That was it.
Exits, doorways.
So from here, there is a passage that seems to lead out of here, out of the large room.
Anybody? Anything else? Anything we're missing? Tonk, you properly frisked the dead, right?
Yes.
You know.
I paid my respects.
I'm sure you did.
Was Simon able to put a good dent into the feast there?
Oh yeah, you get plenty of food.
And then last check before we leave. You said there was a dais or an altar of some kind.
Yes.
Anything on it?
On the altar is what looks like purple and black obsidian phoenix statue, about 5 feet.
No, I recall somebody's dad being interested in certain materials, perhaps. Al, is this usable, or is this just like, wrought into decorative mess and no longer valuable to hand?
Oh, if I noticed them starting to move on, then I would have left my post of keeping watch behind us.
Yeah.
What
Well, it's
was
all
it
in the
that-
same room.
Oh, okay. So what was it that they found? Sorry.
Oh, so on top of the altar, there's an obsidian phoenix carved out. Is this obsidian useful or not really? So question number one: am I dooming us all by mucking with the altar of God that's probably want to kill us at some point after this? And number two, is that obsidian worth something to you?
It's usually flaked off, so I'm assuming he could make some use of it. I don't. This.
Is it worth the gamble? I mean, I'm okay with annoying the Phoenix, but like picking a fight, maybe we've already done that.
At this point.
And for a penny?
Yeah. So, Joel, you want to check to see if it's attached to anything? Make sure that it's not booby trapped. Also, how big is it? I guess is a better question.
It is around 3 feet around and about 4 feet tall. So it's a good hunk of obsidian.
Yeah.
Like it could definitely be useful.
Yeah.
If repurposed.
I mean, I'm not the best at looking for traps, but I can unlatch it if it's attached. I think.
Tonk, you're good at spotting the nooks and crannies of things.
I'll give it a look.
All right, make an investigation check.
Uh, 17.
17. Very good. All right, as you look, you don't see any traps. Looks safe.
What do you think, Tonk? Pull it? Don't pull it?
Doesn't look like there's any traps. And when I detected magic earlier, I didn't get any vibes off of it, so should be fine.
It appears mostly decorative.
I can help you try to lift it up.
If you want to, you can pick it up. It has some heft to it. Carryable.
Would it fit in one of your various pockets, Tonk?
I think it's a little big for my pockets.
I mean, we can break it down at this point.
Can we put it back together if we need to?
I don't need a statue of a phoenix. Neither would my father.
I just was hoping I'd be able to say, is that a phoenix in your pocket? Or you're just happy to see me.
Yeah, I would say you would know that just by the way that would be used, breaking it improperly, Caldrum, you could cause it to split to many pieces, which isn't as usable.
Okay.
Because obsidian is more carved and worked rather than melted.
Yeah.
So it's not the same as metal. So this big
Tonk,
hunk is the value.
Oh, okay. I mean, worst case, I'll shove it in my bag of colding. So if I can shove it in my bag of colding, I'll do that.
Then if that's it for this room, there's one path left to go, I guess. Are we ready? Simon, you want to wipe that off your face? It's a little, you know.
As you say that, Simon smashes something else into his face.
He's getting his value out of it. Take your time. Take your time. You have a stomachache. We're not slowing down for you.
Don't take too much time. We are, we did sneak past those.
After eating
flaming
what
lizards.
appears to have been at least half of his body weight in food, he'll go on.
All right. If that's that, here's the napkin. Let's go.
Okay. You proceed. As you move down, this thins to 5 feet before it begins to open up to an enormous cavern of lava here.
enormous? Hundreds of feet, like a valley, or just a huge cavern?
Okay, about 100 it seems. A stream of lava here flows down, dripping. And as you move forth, on either side, you see this lake filled with gently undulating magma. A rough, uneven causeway of natural rock leads out into the middle to a point where two crooked pillars of glassy black rock jut up on either side of a great altar of the same stone. Just beyond the altar, a gargantuan stone phoenix rises from the lava to its waist, its head thrown back as if calling out. Spurts of lava stream down its face from the mouth and eyes as more comes from its gaping mouth. And above its head hovers an orb of fire and light mixed with purple and black, almost like a miniature dark sun with motes of fire swirling around it. The ceiling is another 20 feet up, at least 100 feet overhead. As you look, a large fiery creature, seemingly made of pure fire, yet wearing armor, stands before a tiefling. Turns at your approach, seeming to sense the change in the air that you make. Immediately giving out a whistle. As you see behind her, next to her, is another being of fire. And they stare as this female tiefling looks around. You see her dressed in long purple and black robes. Intruders. Foolish. More plunderers of foreign? Or do you belong to the ship that attacked us?
Intruders. Like we're just lost. I'm just looking for a big metal cube. Do you know where it is?
Stands aside briefly, and you see the cube behind her. Oh no. You have found it, but you may not have it, I'm sorry to say.
We just like borrow it maybe for like a little bit and bring it back later.
No. I promised someone it would stay here.
Who would that be?
None of your business.
So like we can't just like put a temporary cube here and then take that one with us and like no one know the difference.
He made it clear that it would empower our enemies should it leave.
What enemies?
He spoke of vampires on the sea.
Oh, we hate those guys too, actually. Maybe we might know who that is.
Yeah, who's warning you about vampires in the sea? Because we have that problem too. It's like fleas; you never get rid of them.
one of the scions of our matron.
Pyro. You say scions, I know you've only found the two. You say he, that means it must be Pyro.
Hmm. You know, surprised you know him and are not Pyros of Ash.
We were his crew once.
Ah. Well,
He learned his hatred of the vampires with us.
that gives you no right to what he charged me to protect.
It may not. I am just saying we are not enemies either.
I mean, if he's here, we could just talk this out, and it'd be a simple conversation.
That's fair.
He is not here, but you have... The energy around you is tainted with the purple flame. Now I know why, if you spent so much time with him. So, even though I'm sure you must have killed to get here, I will let you leave with your lives in honor of your old friendship with the Scion.
Here's the thing. The vampires, they want this object. And they sent us to get it for them. But we, by no means, want them to have it. The problem is the ship that they came in, there are many of them. There's 500 crew, the ship reinforced with residuum.
Ooh, don't forget the ice break in it. Those are nasty.
Yes.
Allowing us to take this would allow this temple to rest much more in a single piece than if they decided to take it by force. And that would let us find the person who is paying for this ship to come get it. We can resolve the source of this problem in the longer term. If you fight us off, and even if you fight the ship that's there off, this is but one ship. The vampires have a whole island, they have pirates, they have a fleet. If the pirates desire this object, they will repeatedly bash themselves against this temple until this temple breaks. If you allow us to take that, we can follow it to where it's going and resolve the problem at its head.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm impressed.
Oh god, you letting me make fucking persuasion
You're the
checks?
one
I
who
mean,
said it.
I am the one that said it, but
To be clear, that was a very logical, rational Tonk discourse.
Yeah.
It's exactly how he would deliver it. So, like, you are convincing.
Could it be a persuasion with intelligence? Since he was just pointing out facts.
Is there a tool for this?
Tell you what, that's a 15, but I'm gonna flash a genius myself because, as they said, I'm just pointing out the facts,
Dirty 20.
which gets me a dirty 20.
Interesting.
Just the facts, ma'am.
And if you believe... So I'll say this continues the conversation.
Okay.
And if you leave with this, and it falls into their hands, then I will have failed my scion.
But we're going to kill them anyways. If it wasn't quite clear, there's a long-running blood feud between the us's and the thems in this case. We're talking like Hatfields and McCoys. Like, getting rid of the vampires of Brutus is pretty much are top notch after some negotiations that need to happen back on Dark Toad. Not a big deal. We'll get to that. But like,
Can you contact your scion?
No. I do not have the means. He contacts me on occasion.
can you contact your other scion?
Neither.
So we've met her too and worked with her before.
Maybe,
As a matter of fact, we helped retrieve her stolen. I forget what the orb was called that we helped her get back from the lady.
And what's the stone we got that Pyro had?
Like her beacon thing. Her
Yeah, but
tie
there was
to
also
Deseret.
there's also the stone that we stole from the lady.
yeah, they didn't tell you what it was. It was just one of the stones. Yeah. So say, well, maybe if I would say, what else do you want to try to do here? I think you get the feeling that she needs something here with a 20.
Something in exchange or something of
Probably something of
religious value?
exchange is really what she'd be.
Do we have anything of Pyros, any vestments?
And I think she'll continue in this to get it. She goes, you see, they came and relieved this altar of an artifact. In exchange, they gave one of power and made it clear that it kept the enemies of Deseret away and weakened. This altar requires an exchange.
This 5-foot cube. It allows travel between planes, or it allows a portal. What exactly does this do again, Mal?
It's scary and you're not supposed to open it. And if you open it, close it real quick.
Yeah, you have no details on what this is supposed to do.
Cool. So this is a cube that has to do with other planes. I will pull out my cube that has to do with other planes. It's much smaller.
It's not the size that matters. You've proven that.
And specifically, what is this item?
This is the cube of planar travel.
Okay.
That doesn't require the tuning forks.
Yes. Interesting. Then make another persuasion with advantage.
All right. I rolled the same thing, and I will flash of genius myself again. And we're gonna end up at a dirty 20 again.
Amazing. Well. I will make this trade as it would empower us. And she goes Helen, would you please simply show who might come after them should they betray their friend, the Scion, and myself? And you see this large reptilian red dragon shoot out from the lava. Because you're wondering, adult. Goes and then dives back into the pool. Keep your word, pirates. I'll make the exchange.
When it's time to trade back, because I do want that back once we bring this. Is there an easier way to get here, or do we have to murder some more of your cultists to get to you again?
Indeed.
Is there like a back door, or like a hidden
I'll have to
staircase?
I'll have
A
to
passphrase?
To be clear, we did try to converse with them, but
They weren't
refused
having it.
to have a conversation.
They're told to guard it from any, plus we were under attack, so yes. She does seem upset, but is not going to let that necessarily dictate this at the moment. Should you return, or when you do, use the phrase, "Hail the heart of fire."
Fantastic.
Very well.
And then, what do we need to know about this cube of yours? Why is it reported to be so dangerous?
I was not told.
Okay.
I simply sensed its power. And Deseret demands equal or greater exchange. So, and she actually will simply say, "Hold the cube forth, please." From where you are.
I do so.
Fire, and you almost fall over because it's much larger 200-pound cube now into your hands. And she places this next one, and it's on the altar, and after it kind of glows red for a moment, it calms down. The exchange is accepted.
Hi.
You may leave in peace and take nothing else with you.
It's been a pleasure. What was your name again, in case we run across Pyro in the meantime?
Vani.
Bonnie. Fantastic. We will put in the good word.
If you do speak to your scion in the meantime, if he has any questions, let him know that he just has to ask the Kestrel.
The Kestrel. I will allow him to know this.
I look to Simon. Can you help me with this thing?
He had grabbed some extra stuff and he was finishes chewing the whatever he was still munching on.
Right.
All right,
Yeah.
just for art department appreciation.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
First, we teleport our way to the end room so she doesn't get to have all her stuff. Now, we talk our way out of fighting her dragons.
Well, there's only the one dragon.
There only needs to be one.
We still appreciate you.
We love you, art department.
We appreciate everything you do, and we apologize for the times we skip your things.
I mean, we could end up still fighting it. Let's not write that off.
Oh, don't worry, I'll just make sure Deseret's very nice and big.
All right.
I'm looking forward to it.
And
Even
if you
for a
so-
pet, right?
you so desire, you can exit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As we get towards the end, Tom, can we try to figure out what the crap this thing is before I try to hand over? Because I don't really want to go in blind.
Yeah. So where are they? Like, are they right at the door of the temple here, or
We're on the shore.
We got a little bit of distance. We have some cover. We can be not seen for a while.
can we exit the temple and then have a space where I can ritually cast Identify without them seeing that we're out of the temple.
Maybe you could probably do it in the mouth of the temple. There's enough cover.
Yeah, you could probably find a place here.
Yeah, cool. I know me, smarting off about killing a bunch of the cultists on the way in probably didn't endear me to her. So I'd like to, officially be out of her temple before I just take the 10 minutes to...
Mm-hmm.
Exit the gift shop, spend some money, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Amazing. So,
I mean, for the record, mouthing off about killing the cultist was exactly the kind of thing Tonk would do, but,
But we also did, in fact, try to have a conversation.
It's a short attempt.
okay, so as you make your way out there and find your spot, you pour over the cube with your magic. It shifts into this place and others. And you only even pick this up because of your unique abilities, Tonk.
Ooh. Planeswalker.
And if you had to guess, it seems as though this could exist here and other places at the same time. It's a piece of it. And because of that, the spell is having a hard time fully understanding it, even as you're piecing through it. You feel if you did want to get a full idea of it with this spell, you would need to cast on it on the other worlds as well, which you have no idea how many from this you precisely know where it would be, but you can get some information on this spell. This you can recognize as Ruidian, of that same type of technology, though very old. And even on some bits of this thing, as you're moving, it seems like their technology, nondescript, just metal and cube, but corroded in edges. There, at least as you think at first, but it's more like there has been deposits that have grown on top of it. You would guess that it did not leave with them, but has been here on Exandria since their departure. It was left behind by them. One ability it would seem to have is for them to permanently open up. I would say this. One ability it can have is that once a month it is able to open up a portal that could potentially be very large, depending on the person using it. And this portal would be permanently established between two locations for the course of up to 2 weeks. As far as the size of the portal, you think maybe maximum, again, depending on who's using it and how well adept they are at using it, of 1,000 feet.
Okay. And would it have to be to other instances of this same object?
No. It could be anywhere you believe the person has seen.
Oh, Jesus.
Really hits.
The other thing about this is upon using it, mechanically, you take 2 times your hit dice in damage. And should this reduce you to 0, and it cannot be resisted by any means, you cease to exist.
Oh,
So it comes with a price, but you do know your enemies can force people to do such things.
Right. Right.
And part of you goes, I see why Pyro stored it here.
I will explain all of that to the rest of the crew.
You know, I was really hoping it was part of a really big dice set. So, like, Rudis to here, like free bridge from the moon, like this is a big deal, right?
Or from their island to anywhere else on Exandria.
Oh shit, you're serious? Yeah. This should
And
not be
suddenly
in those
you have
guys.
a 1,000 foot wide invasion point for their army anywhere on Exandria. I mean, sure, from Redis to here, from wherever, but I mean, I'm just saying, like,
Yeah, anywhere.
anywhere to anywhere, this is terrifying.
I mean, they would have gotten it anyway, given how meekly defended this temple is, but we would have lost a lot of heads along the way.
is
Maybe
there
our best chance is to trade it and track it and see if we can intercept as soon as the deal's about to be made, once we have Carol's folks back.
there's no way
I
to
think-
replicate this?
I think we need to allow the bear the courtesy of moving off so that it doesn't look like she was the reason why we showed up.
Explain.
She's done us no favors, but she's also not, at least to this point, given us away. She's just a businesswoman.
Right.
We need to make sure that the Ruidians don't think that she betrayed them.
Agreed. If she's gonna tell us where the exchange happens, and if it's not like tomorrow night, like we should be able to prepare ourselves and be ready for the exchange, and maybe, you know, break in and take it as soon as it's out of her hands, or at the very least track the ship that's carrying it.
Because if we take it from the bear, the Ruidians will likely expect her to continue the search to obtain it.
That's fair. Talk, is there some way we can track this thing or label it in some way so we know where it is, so we can come find it later or steal it later from some other location? Is there some magic wiggly fingered way we'd be able to find it again?
I'm thinking of a way, and it's shenanigans, and it would be just me, and it would be very risky.
That's never stopped you before.
No, it hasn't. Matt,
Mm-hmm.
does this count as a magical object in my possession?
For what purpose? Let me know what you're thinking.
My planeswalk ability says that for me to go to a place that I am not familiar with, I must possess a magical item from there.
Mm-hmm.
If this is simultaneously existing in all of those places, it would be a magical item from there.
Mm-hmm.
Could I planeswalk to another instance of this object, and then 1d4 plus 1 days later, planeswalk back to this object?
Yes. Can absolutely do this. One thing you cannot do is take it with you, because it cannot exist on the same world in two forms.
Right.
But you can definitely go to another instance of it.
Only drawback is
You're going for 4 days.
I'm
Either
gone
that,
for
you don't know what-
1d4.
you don't know
So-
what is on the other side holding that thing.
Right. So
I mean, definitely there's going to be a side quest involved in this, and we might need to do a who comes around Tonk and finds him on this new world.
so
Will you survive this? Because but
So it's 1d4 plus 1 random days before I can come back. I don't know where I'm going. And y'all would have to message me when it's time for me to come back. And I would have to be able to handle whatever scenario I'm coming back to by myself. Like-
Unless we get
Can
somebody
can we send message to a different
sending. Yes. Sending has
sending?
worked.
Yeah, no, they're like Thola has been able to sending me when I'm on Kea.
yes.
Okay.
So wherever I go, I could get the sending.
Yeah, there's a 5% chance it doesn't work. But
Yeah.
But yes, the risk here is I don't know where I'm going, and if I survive wherever I'm going 1d4 plus 1 days, I would then have to be able to, when I come back, it's just me coming back.
Unless
I'm not saying this isn't absolute shenanigans. I'm just throwing it out as it's a possibility.
I mean, let me
Well,
throw
we-
on
we
let me
also
throw on
have-
more shenanigans. Thola's been working at her potion making. We get her, depending on how much time it is, to make multiple potions of diminution that shrink us. You put us in your pockets. We hold our breath while you teleport to this other thing. We pop out of your pockets and help you with whatever's there, and then we do it again when we have to go back.
It
continue the
specifically
madness.
says not creatures. You cannot take creatures with you. So if they're small creatures, it's not a creature. It's still.
No, I know, but it lets him take his things. So if we're just in his dimensional pockets,
Oh, I see. Yeah, actually.
Look, so what we need are
when
we-
the drop off is first and foremost, because if it's like in 2 days, it doesn't work.
Well, we've also have the
Unless-
teleportation. Could we? I don't remember.
The teleport
Can
doesn't
we
take you across
teleport?
planes and stuff.
Well, yeah, no. But when he gets back, can we teleport to him?
No, you have to teleport to a place. You cannot
Okay.
teleport to a person or an object.
So really, what we need are a few bottles of air or whatever the magical bottle of breathing, whatever, and a portable hole for you all.
Essentially. But we also have to see. We have to turn this over and see how much it's going to cost us for that knowledge as well.
I mean, yes,
Hope-
but
Hopefully
Also-
not as much as getting my siblings off
Yeah.
Also,
She-
this involves
she,
a lot of
She pretty much indicated that she would just give it to you.
Oh, okay.
Like, she's one of these ones who, like, she's not necessarily a fan of them, but she's not someone who has a strong sense of good or evil. She's almost lawful neutral. Just like, I'm going to do what I do. My code is I take a job and that's it. And I don't really worry about who it hurts.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's our wise choice probably is rely on her to be a pirate pirating and give us some sense of when the trade's going to happen. And then
she also
fuck that shit up.
I mean, the fact that we're bringing this to her, she had 0 casualties on this,
That's
which is a benefit to her.
Kind of the other bargaining chip is like she would have expected to lose at least hundreds of regular foot soldiers in this trip. So like, we could probably maybe argue, hey, how about you pay us 10,000 per head? You would have lost. Oh wait, bad bargain. Never mind.
So
maybe we don't test our luck.
Yeah.
The other thing is all of this talk about like the breathing and portable whatever. Like that would all have to happen before I do the first jump, and I can only do the first jump while I have this in my possession. Yeah. So like the time frame of that would be
Yeah.
Yep. At least we have a better sense of what it is and what it's good for and why we should be afraid of it.
True, which is what you wanted in the first place.
That was the objective.
So then let's
head on back. Just to be clear, you can't just like wiggle your fingers and mark it with your like hidden symbol and then go find it sometime later. That's not a thing that happens.
I'm sure those magics exist, but
it feels like Cass does that to me all the time, so I'm just curious. Can you tell me how many brothels and Rothhold I've been kicked out of?
We should assuredly ask her once we get back.
We'll do, yeah. Maybe you guys can ask.
Let's finish this job and get the Plank King back to his island so that before you're missed.
Yeah, that's fair.
I get the feeling you're not super excited to actually go back to all that work.
It's work. It's work. This is maybe a little bit more fun than paperwork, but heavy is the brow that wears the I don't know. Some phrase.
So So Matt, I'm gonna ask you to do a thing, and I've just you've let me do some weird stuff before.
We do have a piece of the ship to get back to
That's putting
Storm's Gambit, because Jajal did grab a piece. So if we want to get to her ship, we could. Just as a note, because you weren't here last week when he did that.
So you've let me do some weird things before, given the weird overlap I have between Artificer and Wizard and Planeswalker and all of these things.
Go on.
And our homebrewed cantrips of weirdness.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be possible, given the similarity of some of these magics, for me to use Bend Space to get an idea of where the destination would be if I went with this thing?
That is, in fact, a spicy question. That might be it's too late to give you an answer right now question, in my opinion.
Bend Space, that was the library.
The library.
Right? Library door cantrip.
Okay. So knowing that you study those magics for Bend Space, so I would say this, that you get the sense that using that would let you know where you would go should you have planeswalked in that moment, but not necessarily where you're going to be when you planeswalk, because what iteration you focus on is almost limitless as far as you know. So it could give you some tastes, but whether it's going to be one of those in game terms, I have a chart. I'll roll on the chart to tell you where you would have gone. Well, if I rolled the same number, who knows?
Sure. But like, if I cast this a few times, and 5 out of 10 of them are the elemental plane of fire, right? Like, I know my chances aren't good.
Sure, you could potentially get some information.
Tonk starts making an Excel sheet of like, okay, this time.
I would also say that I believe it would. I'll say that it probably takes about an hour to do that with that cantrip, because it's really not smashing using the cantrip. It's really conducting a ritual based off the principle of the cantrip.
I mean, it's totally legit.
Okay.
Totally legit.
That's valid. That's valid.
That's valid.
I respect it.
I'm not using magic the way it's supposed to be. I get it.
Have you ever?
Sometimes.
Who gets to dictate how magic gets used?
All right, but can we go get my siblings, please?
That's fair. Yes, the answer to that question is Matt. So, if you would allow me the time, I would like to do this just a few times. If we can spare 2 to 3 hours, just so that I can get a feel for, just to make sure that the other versions of these things aren't, all in terrible elementals of, elemental plane of fire where I instantly die, would be great. Right? Just like Matt said, to get a feel for what might be on the other side of some of these things. Can we spare 2 or 3 hours?
I mean, we asked for a day. She agreed to a day. It's been a short rest and a couple hours of tromping around so far. So I feel like an hour or two wouldn't be a big deal. But like before the day is over, certainly we should show up and make our exchange. Preferably daylight.
Well, a day is typically 24 hours, so we could also have a long rest in there if it hasn't been that. So.
I'd very much like to go home.
So I feel like at least I feel like we could get 3 hours. I feel like Tom could get that reasonably.
I'm kind of with Kale in that we should take our luck and run. I don't know. What's it worth to you?
How many more hours of daylight do we have?
You're in a big. You would have about 5.
Can you give me 3? That still gives us 2 hours of daylight to get this thing
The
changed.
Trump back, negotiate, and then get the hell out. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Kale, you okay with that?
It's your call.
That's a soft no. Can you do it in 2?
I'll do my best.
All right.
So back to our ship.
Well,
Well,
so we're
Ritual casting first. The rest of us can probably get a short rest in, and then we go back to negotiate with the bear.
How many? So you're doing this 2 or 3 times?
assuming it's an hour long, then I'll do it twice because Mal said I got 2 hours.
Okay. I'll do my 2 rolls. Okay. Of course. But pay attention to where that chart was.
Now you did say though that on the return trip I could specifically focus on this one to come back to this one. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
And I would say in the future you could focus, if you had this, you could focus on the one that you had done, or another random, I guess, if that makes sense.
Sure. I want to keep
In
this
other
thing.
words, you can only go to universes in the multiverse that you've already been to, or random.
or random one.
Or
Yeah.
random. Yeah.
I for the record, guys, I want to keep this thing.
No way! I would have never guessed.
You want to go multiversal traveling? Really?
The only issue is that it exists on multiple planes of existence or worlds of existence. So, like, do you ever truly have it?
It's almost like it's the Darkhold here, people. There's one, but it's simultaneous among all of them.
Okay. So, based on who you are, the player, you see a metal, mechanical, and biological horror-scape. And this would be the word of phyrexia.
Oh, it's not who I thought it was. That's so much worse. That's so much worse than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was mechanists for a second. Oh, that's so bad. Don't go to that one.
And the other one that you get a sense of is a world built upon clouds and structures. As though the clouds themselves are the land, and anything below. It's almost a world that exists. See towns on the earth and land, and cities that rest on clouds.
Cool. So none of these seem like neither of these. I say none as if I have more than 2 pieces of data. Neither of these seem unsurvivable for 1d4 plus 1 days.
If you put a Liamon's tiny hut in a bottle, no.
I mean, I don't need a bottle.
I mean, the second one
have
seems
spell.
seems peaceful enough.
Well, no, I know, but you wouldn't be able to like be in the middle of casting it while planeswalking.
Yeah.
The first one.
I have a ring of spell storing. I could store Liamon's tiny hut in a spell storing ring.
The first one seemed ominous a bit.
First one's so bad.
I don't recognize it at all, so I'm gonna just take your word for it.
Especially
And
depending on where
if you're
go up
worried,
from there.
if you are worried about it, then I would probably be very worried about it.
Tonk would be fascinated as shit by it, but it'd be so bad.
So,
Yeah,
do you want me to go or not?
not yet.
So, as soon as we give this to Bear, I can't do this plan anymore.
Which means we have to trust that she gives us the truth and that we actually steal these things back.
If I go now, and you don't want me to come back to this, you can just have Thola send me a message, and I'll come back to Darktoe. I can choose where I come back. This is just a way for me to come back wherever this thing is.
The issue is if you go to one that you didn't see, and it's just a pool of lava, or you're engulfed in water, or you would die. You could die immediately, and we'd have no word.
Well, the water
Because-
wouldn't be so bad for him. He's good in the water.
It's all the other possibilities that we don't know about that are too risky, in my view. I mean,
So-
it is fundamentally your life, but I think it's too dangerous.
Of the 2 options we saw, they were actual worlds.
Right.
Now, is there a world that is mostly fire? Sure. But it doesn't appear to be that this goes, and again, only two looks, but it doesn't appear we're looking at things that are just like the elemental plane of fire.
The only problem is you may have glimpsed potential worlds. You have no clue what beings are surrounding these things if it's as powerful as we understand it to be.
Mm.
This isn't going to be sitting just nonchalantly in some ancient ruin. More often than not, it's going to be guarded. You're going to be trapped amongst people that you will not be able to communicate with.
And Ours might have been the light of the scale with big old red dragon.
This is true. I'm just all the cards on the table for what your options are, Mal.
I mean, I wouldn't risk you, but it's fundamentally your choice about whether or not you want to take the trip. I think it's dangerous as shit, but if you're that impassioned. I'm just saying I wouldn't do
better
it.
chance amongst with you here for us to reclaim it than the risk of going to some unknown world and what dangers you'd find there.
I am just worried about what happens if we lose track of this and we can't find it again.
I mean, our ultimate intent is to take over the Iridian's island and destroy them in the process. So whether it takes 6 months or 6 years or 600, like they're here, we're not getting rid of them without some measure of force. So when we reclaim this thing is a matter of time, or we die in the process.
And grim as it might sound, we will lose people in this endeavor unless some magical peace treaty can be made with them, which I highly doubt with the intents they've shown. So for the time being, I'd like to see you all and my blood family safe, at least for a time.
All right.
All right. So what's the plan?
Let's take this thing back to Bear. And
Let me give you a better perspective also. Should you be lost, there'd be one less person to help us with Bingles.
let's take this to Bear. Because we don't even know if it will only be 2 days till the handoff. This won't matter.
Fair.
If it's longer than 4 days, I'm going to take the trip. This is too big of a thing to risk it getting lost. Hopefully, if you guys can keep track of it, a message can be sent. Thola can send me a message, and I'll come back to wherever you need me to be. But on the off chance that we lose this in transit, I do want to be able to find it. This is too big of a threat to be unchecked. So if the handoff is more than 4 days out, I'm gonna take this trip. I helped this world birth Exandria. I don't want it to die instead.
Just to put it in perspective, the Iridians having this doesn't mean the world ends. It means they can invade wherever they want, however they want. They still need the armies. They still need the tactics. They still need to be able to get the whole thing together. War takes a long time to build up.
They have enough resources that they put residuum planks in a frickin' ship that isn't their flagship.
You don't know. So that's not a Iridian ship. That's an independent pirate ship, and she may have done it all herself. She's not even flagged as Viridian. She's not flagged at all. I'm reasonably confident if I offer the bear an offer to come back into Dark Toe as one of the seats, she may want to. She's unallied. Or at least so it appears.
Well, let's see how the negotiation goes.
All right.
Okay. As you begin on your way to Bear and her ship, we will end for tonight. As you
So
watching,
Well, this is fucking close to having my family back.
Or betrayal. One of the two.
as you watching, thank you so much, and we'll see you next week as we continue our Tarot Pirates. See you then.
Have a good night.
Bye.